Hello everyone and welcome to my Y&R Insider 24 update channel. Nick goes awry. Upcoming episodes of The Young and the Restless. On The Young and the Restless, does Nick, Joshua Morrow, really have a choice between helping his ex-wife and obeying his father? Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, promised to go to Los Angeles with his ex-wife Sharon Case, the mother of their children. Then, Victor, Eric Braden, ordered his son to stay in Genoa City so that he could help deal with the ongoing threat of Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, and his plan to use artificial intelligence, AI, to take over Newman Enterprises and other businesses. Nick is loyal not only to his father but also to Sharon and Noah, Lucas Adams, who is also in Los Angeles. Keep an eye out for Nick to go awry on Thursday's show. We can only imagine that Nick is going to disobey his father and go to Los Angeles. If Nick promised Sharon that he'd be there, we can pretty much bet on Nick being there. Family issues. Jack, Peter Bergman, has a plan on The Young and the Restless image, CBS. Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, like Nick, is fiercely committed to his family. Jack wants to make sure that Kane is not a threat to his family or business, like Victor. Keep an eye out for Jack as he defends the interests of his family on Thursday's show. Jack supports forming an alliance with Victor to eliminate Kane. However, his primary goal is to keep his family and Jabot Cosmetics safe. Jack may lean on Diane, Susan Walters, his wife, for support as he protects his family's interests. Jack and Diane have a solid marriage at home and at the office. He regards her as not only a terrific wife but also a valued colleague at Jabot. Tag team. On The Young and the Restless, Jess Walton, is on a mission. Image courtesy of CBS. If indeed he's got access to sophisticated AI software that can damage companies, Kane is the most powerful person in Genoa City. He needs to be reached in order to be reasonable. There may be more than one person needed for the job. Watch for Kane's ex-wife Lily, Crystal Khalil, and his surrogate mother Jess Walton, to attempt to confront him about his past on Thursday's show. Is there anything that Kane has experienced in the past that might have an impact on the choices he makes now? The woman he loves and the woman he thinks of as his mother will be the only two people who can reach Kane. Nick Newman, torn between love and loyalty. Nick Newman has always had to choose between being loyal to his father and acting in accordance with his own sense of morality. Nick attempted to comply with Victor's directive to remain in Genoa City to assist in combating Kane's AI scheme's growing threat, but his heart was already set on Los Angeles. His promise to Sharon, the woman who knows him better than anyone, and his devotion to their son Noah, Lucas Adams, who's already in LA, make it nearly impossible for him to ignore his family's needs. Nick's decision to fly to Los Angeles in defiance of Victor's orders is more than just an act of rebellion. It's an emotional affirmation of his independence. Victor has manipulated his children's every move in the name of family loyalty, demanding obedience from them for years. But Nick has always resisted, challenging the ruthless foundation of the empire with morality and independence. Nick's most recent defiance demonstrates that Nick is more committed to his family than to his father's empire. However, Nick's decision will have repercussions. Victor Newman has never taken betrayal lightly, especially not from his own blood. Nick's disobedience could result in a recurrence of the legendary Newman family feud. Nick's actions may be perceived by Victor as an insult to himself and a direct threat to his authority over the family dynasty. But Nick's heart tells him that it's worth the risk to help Sharon and keep his children safe from the chaos around them. An emergency in Los Angeles. Nick's upcoming trip to Los Angeles isn't just about keeping a promise, it's about confronting a new kind of danger. Sharon's time in Los Angeles has already put her in the path of powerful forces that are connected to Kane's growing power. The city may have information about Kane's AI network or even who is supporting him. Nick might unintentionally get involved in the very war Victor had warned him about by supporting Sharon. Sharon, meanwhile, is navigating her own struggles. She is strong and independent, but she is aware that Kane has a wider reach than Genoa City. In addition to posing a threat to business empires like Newman Enterprises and Jabot Cosmetics, his AI operation also poses a threat to the privacy and security of numerous individuals. Sharon is aware that having Nick by her side could make a significant emotional and strategic difference. Their bond has weathered divorce, tragedy, and betrayal, yet it remains unbreakable. Sharon and Nick's relationship has been rumored for some time by fans as chic. The spark that rekindles that fire could come from this Los Angeles storyline. The emotional stakes are higher than ever because Nick defies Victor's authority to be with Sharon. A straightforward promise could turn into a full-blown moral and romantic reckoning. Jack Abbott, the protector of family and legacy. While the Newman family fractures under the strain of conflicting loyalties, Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, is fighting his own battle to protect his family and his company, Jabot Cosmetics. Over the course of his career, Jack has encountered numerous rivals, including Victor, but Kane's involvement with artificial intelligence poses a new threat. If Kane truly has access to sophisticated AI capable of infiltrating corporate systems, Jabot could become one of his prime targets. As always, Jack's primary instinct is to safeguard his family. His partnership with Diane Jenkins, Susan Walters, has given him both emotional stability and professional strength. Jack and Diane have transformed their turbulent past into a genuine partnership by establishing a solid foundation together. Jack may seek advice and comfort from Diane as the threat from Kane draws closer. He might be able to anticipate Kane's next move with her intelligence and business acumen, which would safeguard Jabot's future. Yet, what's especially intriguing about Jack's storyline is his willingness to align with Victor. The rivalry between the Abbott and Newman patriarchs has shaped decades of Y&R history and has always been a bitter rival. The seriousness of the Kane situation is demonstrated by the fact that they even consider forming an alliance. Jack is willing to set aside personal grudges and old wounds to neutralize a common enemy. The beginning of a fragile but powerful new era in which two titans must cooperate to defend everything they've built may be marked by this brief truce between Victor and Jack. But for Jack, it's not just about business, it's about family. Jack's protective instincts also extend to his daughter-in-law Summer, Allison Lanny, and son Kyle, Michael Miller, who face their own challenges. Jack must balance his roles as CEO, husband, father, and patriarch amid a minefield of alliances and betrayals as a multitude of threats converge on Genoa City. Jill and Lily, a tag team intervention. Jill Abbott, Jess Walton, and Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil, step into the spotlight as the business world anticipates Kane's next move. Together, they form a powerful duo, a surrogate mother and a former wife, determined to confront Kane before his obsession with power consumes him completely. Jill's connection to Kane runs deep. She has witnessed his transformation from a charming opportunity seeker to a man haunted by his past errors. She is aware of his flaws, despite the fact that she has always had a soft spot for him. Jill is aware that Kane often hides his pain behind his ambition, which stems from his complicated past and his constant need for validation. If anyone can appeal to Kane's better nature, it's Jill. On the other hand, Lily is aware of the man behind the ambition. One of Y&R's most beloved relationships was their passionate, complicated, and tragically beautiful love story. Even after everything they've endured, lies, betrayal, and heartbreak, Lily still understands Kane in ways few others do. Her choice to confront him is moral and personal. She is not only attempting to prevent him from causing harm to others, she is also attempting to prevent the man she once loved from committing suicide. Their combined effort is more than just an emotional intervention, it also represents a historical confrontation. It's possible that Jill and Lily hold the key to deciphering Kane's motives. Could a traumatic or betrayal from his past be what is leading him down this destructive path? Kane may be acting out of pain, retaliation, or a desperate attempt to demonstrate his worth, according to hints provided by the show. The conversation that Jill and Lily have with him could turn out to be shocking and change everything we think we know about Kane Ashby. Kane Ashby, the AI power play. At the center of all this chaos stands Kane, a man whose intelligence and ambition have crossed into dangerous territory. His rumored access to a cutting-edge AI network gives him immense power he's willing to use to reshape the business world of Genoa City. Kane's motives, on the other hand, remain a mystery. Is he simply intoxicated and out of control, or is he seeking retribution against those who wronged him? What makes Kane such a compelling antagonist is his humanity. Kane's actions are layered with emotion, in contrast to the figures from Y&R's past who were solely antagonistic. There's guilt, loss, and longing buried beneath his cold exterior. The AI storyline could serve as a metaphor for his inner struggle, a man trying to program order into a chaotic world, only to lose control of the very creation meant to save him. Kane's plans could go horribly wrong if Jill and Lily are unable to contact him. Not only could Newman Enterprises and Jabbo be compromised, but Genoa City's entire business community might fall into chaos. The power struggle could pit longtime allies against one another, putting every city relationship to the test and forcing the formation of new alliances. The cost of loyalty, power, and family. The show's enduring themes, love and power, family and independence, are perfectly captured in Thursday's episode of The Young and the Restless. Nick's rebellion, Jack's protective instincts, and Jill and Lily's desperate attempt to save Kane all reflect different facets of the same question: how far will you go for the people you love? For Nick, it means defying his father to stand by Sharon. Jack sees it as safeguarding the legacy of his family at any cost. For Jill and Lily, it means confronting painful truths to rescue someone they once cherished. And for Victor, it means tightening his grip on those who dare to challenge him, even if it means losing them. There are huge emotional stakes. Genoa City's future is in jeopardy as the Newmans, Abbotts, and Chancellors prepare for what lies ahead. Nick's defiance could ignite a family war. Jack and Victor's uneasy alliance could crumble under mistrust. And Kane's AI empire could unleash consequences that no one, not even Heath, can control. One thing is certain: The Young and the Restless is about to enter one of its most electrifying chapters yet. Loyalty will be tested, secrets will be exposed, and alliances will shift in ways fans never expected. As Nick boards that plane to Los Angeles, defying his father and following his heart, viewers know they're witnessing the start of something monumental, a choice that could either heal or destroy the Newman legacy forever.